and says, "I think you've been shot." The bullet had gone in, but it had not exited. The doctor described in this article the ultrasound and how he realized that the bullet was in the baby. The doctor said we could tell it was lodged in one of the upper limbs. The bullet had lodged in the soft tissue and the muscle. By God's grace, the baby was fine. The doctor went on to say that there would always be a scar to remind that child how quickly she came into the world. There's always going to be a scar there. That doesn't go away. You take the bullet out. You stitch up the wound. 15 years later, there's still going to be a scar, but yet somewhere this young 15-year-old lady is walking around. This isn't in the prepared remarks. Down in New Orleans, where they still have not rebuilt 20 months later, there's a law, federal law, when you get reconstruction money from the federal government called the Stafford Act. And basically it says when you get federal money, you've got to give a 10% match. The local government's got to come up with 10%. Every $10 federal government comes up with, local government's got to give $1. Now here's the thing. When 9/11 happened in New York City, they waived the Stafford Act, said this is too serious a problem. We can't expect New York City to rebuild on its own. Forget that dollar you got to put in. Well, here's $10. And that was the right thing to do. When Hurricane Andrew struck in Florida, people said, look at this devastation. We don't expect you to come up with your own money. Here's the money to rebuild. We're not going to wait for you to scratch it together because you're part of the American family. What's happening down in New Orleans? Where's your dollar? Where's your Stafford Act money? Makes no sense. Tells me the bullet hasn't been taken out. Tells me that somehow the people down in New Orleans, they don't care about as much